National Weather Service crews are still conducting surveys to figure out just how many tornadoes touched down here in Central Texas.
And David, you've been doing a great job updating us. I know, keeping tabs of everything. What is the latest?
We have 3 reports in that are still considered preliminary, but a good amount of information. We may get as many as 4 more, so a total of potentially 7 tornadoes. Let me show you a brand new map of each of these tracks. If you squint, you can see 1, 2, 3. Let's zoom in now, starting down in Kingsbury. This was the brief Caldwell County storm, moved from east of Kingsbury across the San Marcos River to near Stairtown. It was an EF2 with 115-mile-per-hour winds. What was remarkable about this one? Well, 7.5-mile track, that's not bad, but look at this. It was 6 football fields wide at its widest point, 600 yards across. I was just reading some of the details from the National Weather Service, which you can do on KXAN.com as well. A 4-person RV was picked up, ATV rather, was picked up and tossed. An RV, a big recreational vehicle, was moved 100 yards, slammed into a tree, and completely destroyed. Pretty remarkable. That dissipated pretty quickly, though, east of Prairie Lead. Okay, tornado number 2. Saw a lot of damage from this one near Elgin. It was an EF2 that started northeast of Weberville, 130-mile-per-hour winds. That's a high-end EF2. It tracked for a very long 14 miles, dissipating northeast of Elgin. We have some video from the damage in this area. You can see large old trees snapped or uprooted. Glass shattered on people's windows. Some of the mobile homes and other structures that were considered temporary in that area were completely demolished. Back to the maps we go, from tornado number 2 to number 3. This one was perhaps the most remarkable in its length and in its intensity. This one was rated at 135-mile-per-hour winds. That's 1 mile per hour away from crossing the threshold into EF3, violent tornado intensity. You can see it started at I-35 and 45 in Round Rock, went northward, and then more of an eastward jog. It went all the way past Lake Granger into Bell County for several miles. National Weather Service still getting the specifics, but they say it was at least a 35-mile track. We have some video from the damage of this area as well, starting when the tornado initiated, without even a tornado warning on it yet. We were the first to spot it on our Whittlesey North camera in that area as it began. It then went on to cause minor damage at the Kalahari Resort. This was our storm chaser footage, incredible from close to Circleville as the tornado trekked up that way. All 3 of those EF2s are high-end EF2s. EF3 damage, as we discussed, starts at 136 miles per hour. Also being surveyed, we are still waiting on word for 4 more potential tornadoes. One was definitely a touchdown, Sun City to Jarrell. We'll get word on that one soon. These are a little shakier, but we may have had tornadoes as well in Wimberley, Giddings, and Lexington. Once we get those surveys back to you, we will be the first to relay them to you at KXAN.com. So stay with us over the coming days for updates there.